Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and you guys know what time it is. It's time to talk about current events in the online fitness community. And YouTube fitness community is always ridiculous. There's always some nonsense going on, but at least it's entertaining. And apparently, Vegan Gains, aka Richard, has chimed in once again upon me in a cage match or a fight with someone else. And it's like, why? Why? I'm not a professional fighter. I don't I don't claim to be a professional fighter. I'm not interested in any ring matches. But I'll flip it in here.
Who would win in the Octagon, Jason Blaha versus V Shred? I'd have to go with Jason Blaha because V Shred seems like a tremendous. I guess pussy would be the right word. I was trying to look for a more less harsh word. But yeah, he's extremely weak for a man, and I can't imagine him being able to take any kind of real abuse or punishment. Blaha could probably just fall on him, like literally. Like Blaha could just literally just lean on him, like grab him, get him to the ground, and then just pin him down. So V Shreds is extremely weak. So I'd put my money on Jason Blaha.
Oh, Richard. So let me go ahead and put on my +5 hat of speechcraft, lovingly called my +5 hat of autism by many of you. Let's talk about this. What is with Richard's obsession with everybody fighting everyone? Like, seriously, we're all grown men here. We're all grown men here. None of us are professional fighters. No one ever involved in any of these discussions that he ever brings up is actually like a serious competitive fighter. I don't know. Why don't you ever discuss, I don't know, Chad Wesley Smith or Dr. Mike Israetel or any of these power lifters who started doing BJJ and stuff, right? Why don't you ever bring them up? Like, those are fitness personalities who actually do compete in fighting sports. I think all of them do BJJ. That's a legitimate fighting sport, right? Takes legitimate skill. You probably don't want to grapple. You don't want to roll with someone who competes in BJJ who has also been a serious elite level power lifter. That's not going to go well for you. So why does he ever discuss them? No, it's always people who don't do competitive fighting. It's what he always discusses, including himself. I mean, let's be honest here. Richard is so beat up and banged up, he can't fight anybody. Anybody who's probably got a strength base, even with minimal training experience, could take him because he's so beat up and injured. He has no leg strength. He's got bad shoulders, bad knees. What's he going to do? Like, they're just going to tackle him, grapple him to the ground, and he's going to scream and cry as soon as his knee pops. I mean, realistically, come on. The absurdity of it. And it's always all of that. Now, it was funny, though, that he did mention, even with V-Shred. Let's be honest here, guys. V-Shred is incredibly weak. Like, shockingly weak even for the amount of muscle he has. I'm going to quote Bruce Lee here. I'm not even going to pretend to be an expert in fighting. But what did Bruce Lee say? That when skill is equal, the stronger fighter will almost always win. Wasn't it that? It was 8/10 of the time. Bruce Lee said something like that. Bruce Lee's an authority on fighting, right? That's what he said about it. Strength does matter. Strength matters in a fight. And we've all seen that. We've all seen a big, strong dude have someone who had some martial arts background, not necessarily who's great at it, get involved with someone who is just a lot bigger and stronger than them and get their ass handed to them. We've all seen it happen. I know I have. That's reality. That does happen. But it was funny. He just fall on him. And that's probably true. But, it's like Richard pulled the same thing with me. It's like, I would just fall on you too, Richard. Can you even squat my body weight? I mean, I weigh 218. Can you actually squat 218? Like, if I were to fall on you, could you even get yourself back up? Could you even squat that up? Can you even do that with a barbell on your back? So, I mean, couldn't I just fall on you? The ridiculousness of it. But it's always someone wanting to fight me in a ring. And it's like, we had other people like, oh, come do this charity match. And it's like, I don't know, man, how much are you guys going to pay me? I'm not interested in fighting, right? Since I'm not interested in fighting, I don't place any of my own ego or identity in fighting. You're going to have to make it financially worth my while. But I've had numerous offers for this. Other than a self-defense scenario, in which case if it's self-defense, I'm going to hurt you. I'm going to hurt you really bad if someone attacks me. Obviously. And all of you guys would too. You're going to defend yourselves. And I'm not exactly a weak person. But, it's always people that are always, oh, I want to fight you. I don't know. Why do you guys need to be challenging people to powerlifting matches? I mean, this is the fitness world, right? It's the lifting world for the most part. Okay, well, challenge someone to a powerlifting meet. Challenge them to a deadlifting contest. Right? Why is it always a ring match, a fist fight? And then nobody wants to pay. They want grown men who need to get up in front of a camera and speak for a living and stuff. They want them to get in a ring and fight, who aren't professional fighters, and then they don't want to compensate them for it. They don't want to pay a bunch of entertainers. I don't know, man. Here's what I would say. People always do that, and I say, well, where's the money? Show me the money. Well, here's what I would say. Let's base it upon my own worth and income. Hell, if someone wants to fight me, or they keep wanting to throw me in rings or make a challenge, pay me. If I lose, I get 1 year's YouTube ad revenue off of what my channel makes. Right? And people would say, well, how would you prove that? Well, I would have Google draw up the contracts. I have a rep now. I actually have a partner manager now at YouTube. I have a rep that I have regular meetings with, so I have live support, and I have regular meetings with them over video call. So, again, my channel's big enough at this point that they put me in the partner manager program, and I actually have a rep that I talk with once every 3 weeks for an hour in a video call, and who I have live correspondence with. I can email them at any time. I can get in touch with them whenever I need to. I'm sure they would draw it up and say, yeah, this is what he makes in a year. So offer me my annual YouTube income if I lose and show up to a fight. Double my income if I win. Because again, you're going to pay people based upon their entertainment value. Well, that's my entertainment value. That's what I'm worth. That's what I get paid. And I'm not even going to say what the number is, right? We don't need to go into what it is. You guys can assume whatever it is. But if you can't make a substantial offer that you think at least matches that, and then be prepared when I drop down documentation to ante up that sort of money, and don't make the offer. It's like Lane Norton pulled that same nonsense too. You guys remember that? You guys remember when Lane Norton pulled that, and I pulled up, and he tried to claim, oh no, it's just I'm not accepting. It's not real. I had it notarized by a bank manager. Actually had the number that we had agreed to, and it was based upon my YouTube ad revenue for 1 month. I had it actually drawn up by a bank manager, and they notarized it. And I could have proven it with all my deposits and stuff and shown, no, this was my 12th deposit that year. It wasn't saved up. So people always want to play those games. They don't ever want to pay you. It's like, oh, I want you to debate me. I want you to fight me. I want to do this, but but they don't want to pay. I mean, guys, this is pay to play. This is pay to play, man. And the most hilarious part that it comes down to is what is this obsession with fighting? All these dudes who act like they're so tough, all they want to do is fight. Oh, I could beat your ass. You could beat my ass. Cali Muscle pulls that same stuff. Richard pulls that same stuff. What sort of intellectually deficient men are going to run around talking about how they want to fight everybody all the time? And the most ironic part is that it's weak dudes who are always saying that who would get hurt by somebody who's really strong. It's guys who always have knee issues and back issues, and they're weak. And they're all people who don't even own real weapons. It's like, guys, this is 2019. We live in the modern world, and you guys need to understand half the people in this industry are armed. You don't want to just run up and hit us and fight us. That'd be really, really stupid. Total absurdity. And then the people who always want to talk about the fighting, you guys notice that's the tendency. They're not people who are armed people. They're not usually strength athletes. They're not actually strong. They're not people who own firearms. They're not anything like that. That's the people who always run off their mouths. They want to fight. And the reality is they're all talk. They're all talk, or they're just really stupid and mentally deficient. And I would say that's the case with all of those individuals who do that, and that would include Richard. I mean, if you think about it, Richard pretends to be a debater and an intelligent person, but he really isn't. Like, watch his debates. He can't debate. He just quotes studies, and at the end of the day, he's not really capable of any sort of critical thinking. He's not capable of any sort of critical logic. He can't even write his own training programming without getting hurt and hurting his knees. He can't figure out how to program squats and deadlifts to work around a knee injury. He can't figure out how to correct basic exercises around a knee injury as someone who's supposedly in the fitness industry. Right? Fitness is technically his living. He can't even figure that out. He's not that bright, guys. So it really doesn't come as a big surprise that someone like Richard, well, I just want to fight people. I want to know who would beat whose ass. And it's like, wow. Yeah, you should go hang out with Callie Muscle. You guys are probably pretty close to being on the same level, realistically. You just speak better than he does. I mean, that's my view on it, though. Um, Fight. Everybody wants to fight. You guys have to be kidding me. But it's, but again, everyone wants to fight and they want to make it an entertainment, but then nobody wants to pay. Right? When it comes time to cut a check for it, then the mouth is gone. Oh, they want to run out their mouth, but they don't want to pay you for a fight. But they want like a professional ring fight and stuff, but they don't ever want to pay. What the hell is that? All right, guys. Well, that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.